days. These are the stories we felt had the most profound effect on sport and will continue to affect us for years to come. The year before, Hank Gathers was the nation's leading scorer and rebounder, and he was still roaring last March in this conference tournament. Loyola Marimont's nickname seemed to come from its emotional leader. Hank had the power, grace, and courage of a lion, but unfortunately, not the heart. On March 4th, it failed him. It is a gripping image, and the nation will forever associate the frailty of this lion of an athlete with Loyola Marymount. A fall of a much different sort for baseball's all-time hit leader. A fall from grace for Pete Rose. July 19th at a courthouse in Cincinnati, not far from where there's a street with his name, the nickname Charlie Hustle took on a much different meaning. Convicted of cheating on his taxes, Rose would spend the final third of the year in prison. As July drew to a close, another national pastime. Game in disgrace. Many Yankee fans have been crying to be rid of George. 1990, Gathers, Steinbrenner, Rose. Many times the unfortunate side of the game gets far more attention, but it is an athlete reaching the pinnacle of performance that helps us overcome our disgust and sadness with those kinds of stories. 1990 certainly didn't get shortchanged for all-time achievements.
We know we're the best team! Let's just go out and prove it today. We gotta play hard, play within your limits. Let's go out and kick some ass.
The new decade started the same as the opening month of '89. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice carving up another AFC victim. The quarterback following up his receiver's Super Bowl MVP with one of his own by throwing 5 touchdown passes. Had the Broncos beaten the Niners, that would have been more believable than what happened the next month in Tokyo. Mike Tyson's invincibility may have been the surest thing in sport. Certainly a journeyman named Buster Douglas couldn't destroy it. But the bear of a man who had just lost his mother accomplished the unthinkable and threw the heavyweight ranks into chaos. While Tyson proved mortal, Nolan Ryan's image grew more supernatural than ever. You could argue that a guy still pitching at age 43 ought to be approaching his 300th win, but when he coupled that accomplishment by also extending his all-time record with a 6th no-hitter, even in the year of the no-hitter, Nolan Ryan's singularity is striking. Finding the key to baseball's lockout opened the door for another grand performance, like a high-powered Japanese import that drove 51 balls over the wall in the Motor City. Cecil Fielder came back from a year in exile in the Far East and became the first player to launch more than 50 homers in 13 years, eclipsing that mystical level when he poked a pair on the final day of the season. And in a year mixed with continued dominance and challenges to those championships, there was no better example than the World Series. Prohibitive favorite Oakland, working on the dynasty, not only stunned by Cincinnati, but routed by the Reds. A sweep. We kicked their ass! And while the A's learned never to underestimate an opponent, we all learned how to say, kick their ass, in sign language. All right, time now for...
You gave us a try, now hit subscribe. Be sure to YouTube responsibly and hit that like button if you like what you see, because there's plenty of content to come.